Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back. Here's a little bit more about arithmetic sequences. Here's a question that we got stuck on, or some of the students got stuck on from the homework. So let's put this up. Here we go. All right, so let's make a new file. This is still 1202 because it's still arithmetic sequences. How about recording B? What's an arithmetic sequence? Okay, create. All right, here we go. All right, so here's my commentary. This time I'm just going to comment what the question is. So it's on it's number 52 from the homework, page 829 from the textbook. And let's see, note to self, let's see, what did they say? All right, so find how many rows in a stadium with 2,040 seats. So how many rows in a stadium with 2,040 seats, or a section of the stadium, whatever it is. Okay, given that the first row, okay, how about this? With 10 seats in the first row and 4 more seats in each successive row. Whoops. Okay, so let's see what that means. Doesn't that mean if we write a little sequence of the number of seats in each row, the first row had 10 seats, then 4 more, 14, then 4 more, then 18, and so forth. Okay, so the question is, the problem is we don't know how many seats. And, whoops, 18. And so how do we figure that out? Well, we have to write a little equation. We have to say that, let's see, we have to find the sum of this arithmetic sequence. The sum is 2040. We have to figure out n that makes the sum work. So we need a general term. Now, usually what I would say is the common difference, isn't it, 4 times n, right? Plus, now if you say plus 10, you're starting with n equals 0. Plus 4 less 6 is if you're starting with n equals 1. I'd like to start with n equals 0, so there you go. So that sum is 2040, huh? In fact, how about we write that? Okay, so in other words, we know that 10 plus, in other words, the sum as n goes from 0 to some big N, whatever it is. 10 plus 14 plus 18 plus dot 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 plus the last term, let's say it's 4 times big N, whatever number you stop at, plus 10. That's got to equal 2040. So how do we solve an equation like that? Well, remember how you add up a sequence, right? Isn't it the average of the first and the last terms, right? So how about we take quantity, 10 plus, let's see, 4 times n plus 10. Okay, that quantity divided by 2 times how many you got. But how many do you got? If you start at n equals 1 and you stop at n, that's n things. But you're starting at 0, that's 1 more. So that's n plus 1. So how about n plus 1 times that? And let's make that equal to 2040. Alrighty, so can we solve that equation? Well, let's see what happens if we show that. Come on, equation. Oops, what happened? La 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 la. All right. We have to, okay, so we have to FOIL that out, and then we have to simplify it, right? Then it equals 2040. So what happened here? Unsupported operands plus type function integer ring. It seems to think I'm writing. All right, how about this? let f of n equal that. And let's show f of n. Let's see if there's an error, what the error is. I had some kind of silly typographical error here. So, oh, there it is. And look at that, it simplified it for you. All right, let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Interesting. So it simplified it for you already. Interesting. All right, so how about we just solve that? Okay, so how about we say, okay, instead of doing that, how about we say solve when f of n is equal to, remember double equals is Boolean, the solve method is trying to make this a true statement. It's going to find n for you. Solve that for n. All right, let's see what we get. And you get n is 29 and n is negative 35. So what's the answer? The answer is 30 because we started counting at 0. So from 0 to 29 rows, from the 0th row to the 29th row is 30 rows. So there you go. Now, is there a way to show the steps? How about, alrighty, how about, let's see. Can we do this, like how do we do this in math class? Don't we, let's show the steps in the solving by hand. We could do this by hand, right? What if we say expand f of n? Just FOIL it out. Would that show up here okay? That's not exactly how we did it in class, so I want to see if we can do it in class. There we go. Okay, aha. All right, so if we expand it out, we FOIL it out, you get, this is really 4n plus 20, and you distribute so n times 4n is 4n squared, n times 20 is 20n, 1 times 4n is 4n, and anyway, it all combines to this over 2, so we divide everything by 2. Good, okay. Then can we factor that? That's what I want to know. Okay, so let's think about this. All right, can we factor that? Factor f of n. Let's see what we get now. There you go. Okay. No. Wait, something's screwy here. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. All right, so if I want to solve for f of n equals to 2040, don't I have to set it equal to 0 first? All right, how about we do this? Let this be, all right, let me call this, what do we want to do with this? My equation, I'm trying to make this easy. Okay, you could do that way. Okay, let's do this. How about this? How about we say, okay, my equation is f of n equals 2040, right? I'm trying to mimic the steps we do in class algebraically by hand. Okay, now let's see. Oops, double equals, sorry. Is that what I did before? Okay. Now if I just type what the equation looks like at this point. There you go, that's it, right, perfect, that's it, okay. Now what do I want to do? I want to set it equal to 0. How about we subtract 2040 from both sides? Alright, so let's start over. How about we get rid of this? We already solved it, we got 30, right? But I want to show the steps, so here we go. So there we go. There's my equation, right? Now, what if I say, let my equation be the current equation minus 2040. So I'm subtracting 2040 from both sides, and now let's see what we get. Okay. Now that's hard to solve because I have to expand that again, right? Oh, why did it simplify it for me? That's strange. Okay. So how about we say, okay, let the equation equal the expansion, in other words, FOIL it out, of the current equation. So my new equation is the current equation expanded out, and let's print out that equation, see what that looks like. There you go. Aha, now factor that. Aha, now we're doing something. So let this equation, the new equation, equal to factoring of the current equation, and let's print that out. And there you go. So, well, it's not showing the whole equation, but you can see if this is set equal to 0, you can solve for n is negative 35 or positive 209. In this case, negative 35 doesn't make any sense. We're starting with n equals 0, and then it's 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll take n equals 29. So that's the answer. The answer is 30 rows, because we're counting from row 0 to row 29. All right, I hope that was helpful. There's a lot of ways you could do this. That's just one way, so let's say that's good enough for today. From now on, I'm going to try and keep these short, like maybe 1 or 2 questions real quick. So not only is the video short, but I don't use up a lot of space here, so I don't have to scroll all over the place. So let's see how that works for a while. All right, bye-bye, YouTube. Hope that was helpful. See you later.